The Waffenträger auf E100 was a German Tier 10 tank destroyer. It was developed as a proposal to mount a large caliber anti-aircraft gun on the chassis of the E100 tank. The vehicle was to feature either 128 or 150mm guns with an automatic loading system. However, the design project was never developed. In the last patch, 9.15, it has been removed from the game. Let's pay our last respects to this wonderful machine with some gameplay. Hello guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. As you can see, today we'll be driving the Waffenträger auf E100, and this is probably the last time we'll be driving this tank destroyer because, well, it has been removed from the World of Tanks game, and in the last patch 9.15 it has been replaced by the Guerrilla 15. So why am I just now making this video? Why didn't I do it sooner? Well, because I was foolish enough to let this one sit out. It was a 9.13 replay, I believe, and I didn't make it when the 9.13 was in the place, and now after some time the 9.14 came out, the 9.15 came out, and they removed the tank. And to the biggest sadness for me, I didn't even have the chance to play it. And when I saw this replay, I was pretty devastated not to even try it on the test server and see what all the commotion was about. I have fought a lot of these tank destroyers. I never realized that they were a... well, I had never had any problems with them because they have a soft cupola, as you all know, and shooting HE on the cupola really devastates them, but I really didn't know what's the firepower behind this tank destroyer and how easily you can get to about 5, 6, 7,000 damage with pretty much only sitting on the corner of the map, just like Toxikus is doing here. Well, it's a Fisherman's Bay map, to be honest, and tank destroyers usually do sit on this corner. It's A1B1 and snipe on everything that the mediums and light tanks spot in the middle or on the one line. But I digress from talks about the Waffenträger, so I really didn't have the chance to play it, and now I'm regretting. Well, it's just me and my laziness not to run this tank fully. It has been in World of Tanks for more than a year, and now when there is no more this tank, I really want to play it. So I hope that maybe Wargaming will return this tank as maybe a giveaway tank or something like that. It would be great to see this machine once again rolling in the game. So what we see here is game developing pretty badly for Toxikus team. The enemies have been pushing on the village on the 7 and 8 line, and it's only a matter of question when they kill the object 704 and they have the flanks on the camping mediums and tank destroyers. Now, if you are going to fight against the tank destroyers on this map and that they are sniping from the positions where we can see Toxikus driving around, the best bet for you is to take the small city, what the enemy team is doing right now, and go and flank from the A line. So kill the object 704 as they did now, and they have to go to the bushes on the A6, A5 and try and spot from there on the mediums and light tanks that usually like to stay around the middle or stay in the base, and after that spot on the tank destroyers and, well, win the game like that. Now you can see that Toxikus is unloading on these light tanks. Really, he is in a great position. They cannot really spot him at this long range. He is in a bush, and the closest thing here is in 103, and he doesn't have a clear sight to the Waffenträger, so he is pretty safe here from all of those spotters. Now The common mistake that the enemies are doing when they clean out the small city, they start appearing on the middle of the map and they get spotted. The M46 pattern is doing a great job here. He is keeping them spotted in the middle, and if they want to go forward they really need to take care of that M46 pattern before they move up. Now we can see that Toxikus is reloading. The one major issue that you had with this tank, besides from the cupola that can be panned by tier 1 tanks, is that you had to reload, well, about 50 seconds if I'm not mistaken, and then you have the 5 shells in the clip that you can unload on the enemies. So the penetration with the standard shell is 247, I believe, and you can do about 480, so it's a standard German tier 8 gun. Just think of it as a Jack Tiger gun with the autoloader on the Waffenträger. Now we can see that the enemies are doing a good thing here. They are pushing with 2 tier 8 heavy tanks, it's the Carnarvon and the Tiger 2, and that's a smart thing for them to do, but as I said already, they didn't really take care of the pattern in the middle, and the Luva here is spotting them. So what you see, Toxikus here is shooting through the double bushes, and he can really not be spotted from this position by either the Tiger 2 or the Carnarvon. And he unloaded on the Carnarvon. 3 shells was enough to kill a tier 8 tank tier 8 heavy tank, and that's something that you have to be careful. Well, you don't have to be careful, that's something that you had to be careful when the Waffenträger was in the play. Now we can see that the medium tanks and the heavies that were attacking on the one line really didn't push up as much as we would have hoped, and they died pretty instantly to the Jack Panzer E100 that was camping there. Now that Jack Panzer E100 has pushed on the IS-3, killed him, and there is nothing stopping him on this position here to push forward. So there are a couple of tank destroyers here, that's 2 Rheinmetall Borsigs and of course the Waffenträger E100. There is a Luves standing in the middle of the friendly part of the map, and he is basically going to spot everything that is trying to come from the positions on the A line and B line. Now we can see the Waffenträger unloading on the E100. 2 shots came in, the third one didn't really penetrate, and the 4th one missed. So the accuracy on this gun was pretty good. You really wouldn't miss that much, but if you do not load the gold shells, you are going to have trouble with some good armor on the enemy targets, like the 100 who bounced a couple of shots there. Now we can see that Toxikus is reloading here. He is going to try and help this pattern to deal with the Jagdpanzer E100. The Jagdpanzer E100, pretty dangerous machine. It's on 1300 HP, and the pattern is on 1 shot, so what the pattern has to do here is pretty much hide all the way until the Waffenträger comes from the back to help him. Now the Jagdpanzer E100 really is... he cannot really turn, the machine is too slow, and this is swampy terrain, so he's going to get shot here once, twice, gets tracked, 3 times, and that's the kill on the Waffenträger, on the Jagdpanzer E100. 4th and 5th shot on the E100. Premium shells really enough to go through the side of the E100 pretty easily there, and this is what happened with the Waffenträgers. If you have the opportunity to unload on your enemies, you do about 2500 damage with the clip, and if you are managed to fire 4 clips, you are going to do about 8000 damage. So yeah, that's what the Waffenträger E100 was, and has been replaced with the Guerrilla 15. Well, I saw a couple of replays of the Guerrilla 15, didn't have the chance to have any of the replays on my channel. If some of you have the excellent replay, just send it in so I can make a review. But really, the Guerrilla 15 is going to be a good successor to this tank because it is pretty good machine. Very accurate, very mobile, something that you really didn't have in the Waffenträger, the mobility. But it is going to lack that, well, let's say that clip from the Waffenträger that made this machine so dangerous. Now the game is coming to a close, there is only a couple of times left here. The E100 finds the shot on the Rheinmetall Borsi that was fighting with the Tiger 2. The Toxikus with his Waffenträger is on a reasonable amount of health. He can take a shot here if it's needed. And he is sniping on the E100. He wants to shoot that E100 before he gets spotted, and he gets spotted by the Jag Tiger. Now the Jag Tiger makes a mistake here. He shoots the lower plate of the Waffenträger. Really, he should have gone for the turret of the Waffenträger and finish him like that. Waffenträger, 2 shots on the Jag Panzer kills him, and 1 shot on the E100, and now all he needs to do is find the Tiger 2 and finish him off. Tiger 2, 2 shot for the Waffenträger. He doesn't take the shot here, I don't know why, he could have taken one. The Tiger 2 gets shot once, and with the Waffenträger twice. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. A really nice gameplay here by Toxikus. He got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, Top Gun, and of course the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. On team score sheet we can see that he actually finished second with 1118 experience, 8200 damage and 6 kills. The Patton finished first with 3400 damage, and he had an excellent round with 4700 spotting. On detail report we can see that the Waffenträger fired 25 shots, that's 5 full clips, from which 19 hit the target and 17 penetrated. 17 of those was enough to do more than 8000 damage. As Toxikus was firing a couple of premium rounds, he was able to lose 15,000 credits with the standard account. So to summarize, the Waffenträger was an excellent machine. Personally, I'm kinda sad not to play it when I had the chance, and I probably will never play it because it's not going to be in the next patches. The machine has been replaced by the Guerrilla 15, which looks like a good successor to the Waffenträger Panzervier. It has an excellent gun with great penetration, great accuracy and aim time, and continues the trend of the German tank destroyers with a turret with no armor whatsoever. But the Guerrilla 15 is another replay, and the only thing left for us to do is say goodbye to the Waffenträger. As always guys, if you liked the video, like; if you disliked the video, dislike. Leave a comment in the comments down below. If you are wondering what to watch next, hit the little like button in the top right corner and it will lead you to another video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you like this one, and I'll see you in the next.